Morning, everyone. Myself, Monica Nansupriya, Assistant Professor in the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. In this semester, I'm handling EE25601, Basic Electrical and Electronics Engineering, in the Regulation 2025. In this session, we are going to discuss about statically dynamic and dynamically induced EMF. Uh, this introduces the topic of electromagnetic induction, which is one of the most important concepts in basic electrical and electronics engineering. So students, at almost electrical machines like generators, transformers, motors, which is works on this principle only. So this will clearly explain what is EMF, how EMF is induced, and types of EMF induced. The first one, the introduction to EMF. Inside any metal conductor, there are a large number of free electrons. Did you know that? Okay. When no voltage source is connected, these electrons move randomly in all directions. So no current flows. When a battery or a voltage is connected means what will happen? An electric pressure is applied because we are giving some source. We are giving some voltage. So the electric pressure is sorry, electric pressure is applied. So the electrons start moving in one particular direction. So this causes the electric current. So this electrical pressure or force that causes the electrons to move is called EMF. Are you clear? If in the metal conductor there is no source is given means there is the number of free electrons which is randomly moved. Okay, if you are giving any supply or a source or a battery, so the electrons are flow in a one direction or in a one particular direction. So this movement is called, this electrical pressure is called, this force is called EMF. So what is the unit of the EMF? That is nothing but volt, because we are giving a volt or source, a battery. So we are the unit of EMF is volt. So you can give it an example, just like a water flows. If we are giving a pressure difference, so water flows due to the pressure difference. That is, the electric current also flows due to the EMF. Next one is the Faraday's law. This the Faraday's law is nothing but whenever the magnetic lines of force linking with the coil or a conductor, an EMF is induced. Whenever the conductor will get changes, then the EMF will get induced. So the magnetic field must change. If the field is constant, there is no EMF. Okay. Change can occur due to the motion or changing current. If there is any changes, then the coil will conduct. If there is it doesn't changes, there is no conduction will happen. What is Faraday's second law? The magnitude of induced EMF is directly proportional to the rate of change of flux linkage. Okay, so faster change in flux gives more EMF. Slow change in flux gives small EMF. This is the concept. So what is the Faraday's law? Is equals to minus n d phi by dt. That is phi, it's a change in phi divided by with respect to time. Then the direction of induced EMF. What is the direction of induced EMF? That induced EMF does not flow randomly. Its direction depends only upon the direction of magnetic field and the direction of motion of the conductor. So these are the two rules which are having the only there is a direction of magnetic field and there is a direction of motion of conductor. It depends upon how the EMF the flow randomly. Okay, and the first one is the Fleming's right hand rule, and the second one is the Lenz law. So, what is Fleming right hand rule? First, what is right hand rule? First, stretch your right hand. So, this is your right hand. You are seeing the picture. The right hand, which is the thumb, which is indicate the first finger. So, this is the known as the motion of the conductor. So thumb, which is represent the direction of the motion of the conductor, and this the forefinger is the field. That is the field which is represent the direction of the magnetic field. And this middle finger, which is in the 90, all should be in the 90-degree rotation. So This will indicate that's the direction of the current. So this is the Fleming's right hand rule. So direction of current means direction of induced EMF. So this rule is mainly used for generators. So using a hand movements, the students can remember easily. So that um, uh, uh, we have to give these type of the examples. Next one is the Lenz law. What is Lenz law? The direction of the induced EMF is always such that it opposes the cause producing it. How? What is the cause producing it? That is due to the oppose the basic cause. This is known as the Lenz law. If flux increases, the induced current tries to reduce it. Okay. If whatever the flux increases, the current will get reduced. If the flux decreases, the induced current tries to increase. So that we are having a negative sign in this Lenz law. So the Lenz law, which is indicate the higher the flux decreases or the flux that is due to the changes. No, so the negative sign in the represents the opposition, not a subtraction. Next is the types of induced EMF. There are mainly two types of the induced EMF. One is dynamically induced EMF and second one is the statically induced EMF. This dynamically induced EMF are caused by the physical movement. If now I am moving this mouse towards to me, or I am moving this mouse away from me. So this is caused by the physical movement. Then the conductor cuts the magnetic flux. This is the dynamically induced EMF. Next one is the statically induced EMF. That is no movement of the conductor. The conductor does not remains changed. The conductor is always in constant. The conductor will always in the same position. So this is the statically. So the EMF induced due to the changing flux. Next, in statically, we are having further classified into two types. One is the self-induced EMF and another one is the mutually induced EMF. For next one, what is dynamically induced EMF? This dynamically induced EMF is the magnetic field is stationary. So the current conductor or coil moves, the EMF is produced because the conductor cuts the magnetic field. Here, the magnetic field remains stationary and the conductor or coil become moves, the EMF is produced because the conductor cuts the magnetic flux. This is the best example for DC generator, AC generator. Either the conductor moves or magnetic field moves, the relative motion is compulsory. Next one is the magnitude of dynamically induced EMF. In this diagram, we are having the case one. If the conductor moves parallel to the magnetic field, there is no flux cutting. The EMF is zero. In case two, if the conductor moves perpendicular to the magnetic flux, if there is the current will flow in the direction, the conductor will be in the parallel, so there is no conductor moves parallel to the magnetic field, there is no flux cutting, so the EMF is zero. In case 2, what will happen? The conductor moves perpendicular to the magnetic field, the maximum flux will cut, so maximum EMF is induced. So this is the way how the magnetic field get cuts. It reflects the maximum EMF is induced, where B is the magnetic flux density and L is the length of the conductor, where V is the velocity, where theta is the angle between the motion and flux. Next one is the statically induced EMF. In this statically, what I told, conductor is stationary. The magnetic field changes with time. So change in flux induces the EMF. So there is no physical motion here. For example, it's a transformer is the best example. This happens when current in a coil changes, producing a changing magnetic flux. Next, how to the production of statically induced EMF. This is when the AC supply is, this diagram explains this step by step. Now, AC supply is given to the coil. Then AC current changes continuously. So this produces the alternating magnetic flux. This flux linked with the coil changes. Okay. So according to the Faraday's law, the EMF is induced. What will say? If the AC supply is given to the coil, the current changes continuously in the coil. This produces the alternating magnetic flux around the coil. So the flux linked with the coil changes so that EMF is induced. The induced EMF is called the statically induced EMF. So now we are clear about the EMF, induced EMF, what is EMF, and what are the types of EMF, what are the principle of EMF. We are having the two principles, Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, then one is the Lenz law, and we discussed about the Fleming left hand rule, right hand rule, and we discussed about the two methods of induced EMF, statically, dynamically. In this statically, we are having the self-induced and mutual induced. This will be discussed about the at the next video. These are the reference, and thank you for watching this video.